Assalamualaikum and good morning to all 3B students. So, our today's lesson is rewriting a number in index form and vice versa. Okay, before we proceed, let's do revision on previous lesson. Okay, you look on your right. Okay, number 1 here. Okay, the base is 5. Okay, what is the index? So you find the base 5 here on your left. Okay, this is base 5 and the index is 3. So you write 3. Okay, number 2, what is the base? The index is 7. So you find the index 7 is here, index 7, and the base is negative 4. Okay, number 3, the base 1 over 2. So you find base 1 over 2, it's here, and the index is 10. Okay, you write 10. Number 4, index 6. So here index 6 with the base m. Okay. So number 5, base n. So this is base n, and the index is 0. We put index 0. Okay, number 6. Okay, the index is 9. Okay, this is index 9. Okay, and the base is 0.2. Okay, number 7, index 4. Okay, this is index 4, and the base is negative 3 over 7. Okay, number 8, the base is x. So you find the base x. So here, and the index is 20. Index is the power. Okay, x to the power of 20. So the index is 20. Number 9, index 2. Yeah, so here is index 2. So your base is 2, 1 over 3. And last one, the base is 8. Okay, here base is 8. What about the index? Okay, if you can't see any index, it means the index is 1. Okay, normally we don't write 1, but it's understood that the index is 1. Okay. Okay, so our first lesson is converting a number to index form. Okay, let's look at the example. Okay, write 64 in index form using base 2. So, actually we have two methods. The first one is repeated division method. The second one is repeated multiplication method. Okay, but now we look at A first, right? So, you take the number 64, okay, and then you divide by 2. Okay, why we divide by 2? Because the question asks you to convert in index base 2, right? So 64 divided by 2 is 32. And then you divide by 2, you get 16. Okay, you divide by 2 again, you get 8. So 8 divided by 2, you get 4. 4 divided by 2, you get 2. And 2 divided by 2, you get 1. Okay, you stop until you get 1. Then you count how many 2's there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6. So your answer is 2 to the power of 6. Alright? Okay, let's look at the example from your textbook. The step. Okay, as you can see, the step is the same. Okay, 64 is divided repeatedly by 2. So we divide repeatedly by 2 until you get 1. So the answer is here. Okay, 2 to the power of 6. Okay, now let's look at the second method. Okay, the second method is repeated multiplication method. Okay, so here you take the base 2. Okay, you take the base 2. Since the method is multiplication, then you multiply. Okay, you multiply by itself 2. 2 times 2 is 4. And you times 2 again. 4 times 2 is 8. You times 2 again. 8 times 2 is 16. You times 2 again. 16 times 2 is 32. And times 2 again. 32 times 2 is 64. Until you get 64. Same as the question. So, and then you count how many the times. Okay, how many it times by itself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. So the answer is 64 equals to 2 to the power of 6. Okay, now let's look at the step in the textbook. So the step is the same. Okay, the working is the same. So we times 2 until we get 64. So the answer is 2 to the power of 6. Okay, example 2, write 64 in index form using base 4. Okay, so we do method A first, repeated division method. So you take 64 and then divide by 4. Why divide by 4? Because it wants base 4. So 64 divided by 4 is 16. Alright, you can press your calculator. 16 divided by 4 is 4. And 4 divided by 4 is 1. So remember, in repeated division method, you stop divide until you get 1. Alright, so you count how many 4? 1, 2, 3. So there are 3 4. So the answer is 64 equals to 4 to the power of 3. 3 times, okay? It's 3 times 4 here. Okay, so let's look at the working from your textbook. Is it the same? Yeah, it's the same. Okay, 64 is divided repeatedly by 4. So you divide until you get 1. So there are 3 times 4 here. So the answer is 4 to the power of 3. So let's look at the second method. Okay. Okay, the second method is repeated multiplication method. Okay, the second method we use multiplication. Alright, so for this method, you take the base. Okay, the base and times by itself. So 4 times 4 is 16. Okay, and then 16, oh sorry, not 16. 4 times 4, okay, times by itself. So times 4 and 16 times 4 is 64. Okay, so you stop there. So the answer is 4 to the power of 3. Why 3? Because the 4 is 3 times. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So 4 to the power of 3. So let's look at the working from the textbook. Yeah, so the same step with me. Alright, so you get 4 to the power of 3. So let's look at example 3 now. Okay, example 3, write 64 in index form using base 8. Okay, so we do the first method. Okay, first method first, repeated division method. Okay, so you take 64, wow, blue color. 64 divided by 8. Why divide by 8? Because it wants base 8. So 64 divided by 8 is 8. And 8 divided by 8 is 1. Stop. Okay, until you get 1, you stop. So how many 8 is here? It's 2 8. So 2 times, alright? So the answer is 64 equals to 8 to the power of 2. 2 times, 1 and 2. So 2 lah. 2, it's 2. Adalah pula. So let's look at the working from the textbook. Is it the same with me? Yes, it's the same. 64 is divided repeatedly by 8. Okay, so you divide until you get 1. So the answer is 8 to the power of 2 because it's 2 times. Okay, let's look at the method B. Okay, for method B, repeated multiplication method. So we use multiplication. So we start with 8. Okay, because base 8, we start with 8. 8 times 8 is 64. It's already 64. So the answer is 8 to the power of 2. Okay, because the 8 is 2 here, 1 and 2. So we put 2. Let's look at the working from the textbook. Yeah, it's the same. Alright. So the answer is 8 to the power of 2. Right, example 4, write 32 over 3125 in index form using base 2 over 5. Okay, this is fraction, right? Okay, we do the first method, repeated division method first. Okay, for this fraction, 32 over 3125, you just choose either one. You choose up or down. Okay, let's say you choose the 32. Ambil satu, choose one only. Okay, and the base also you just choose one. Okay, since you choose the up one, the above number, this one also you choose the above number. Okay, meaning 32, make it base 2. Make it base 2. So the step is same as the previous one. You take the number 32, you divide by 2. Right? 32 divided by 2 is 16. Okay, 16 divided by 2 is 8. 8 divided by 2 is 4. 4 divided by 2 is 2. And 2 divided by 2 is 1. So you stop there. Okay, so you count how many 2? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 5. So the answer is 2 over 5. Don't forget the bracket. Okay, to the power of 5. That's all. Okay. Why 5? Because the 2 is 5 times here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, even if you do the 5, the answer will be the same. Right? So let's look at the working from the textbook. Okay. As you can see, they give you two methods. Okay, two workings. So you can choose either you wanna do 1 or you wanna do number 2. So it's the same. The n is still 5. The n is still 5. So it's 5, right? Okay. Okay, for the B method, repeated multiplication method, okay, this one is easier for the fraction. So you take the base of fraction, 2 over 5, and then you times with itself. So 2 times 2 is 4, 5 times 5 is 25, and then you times again with itself. So 4 times 2 is 8, and 25 times 5 is 125. Okay, and then you times again 2 over 5. Alright, so 8 times 2 is 16, and 1 to 5 times 5 is 6 to 5. Okay, 6 to 5, then times again with 2 over 5. 16 times 2 is 32, and 6 to 5 times 5 is 3125. So you get the answer. So how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times. So the answer is 2 over 5 to the power of 5. Okay. So let's look at the working from the textbook. Yeah, it's the same. So the answer is 2 over 5 to the power of 5. Alright. Okay. Okay, so for your first exercise, you turn to page 5 in your textbook, and please do mind test 1.1b, number 1, A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, so you do in your mathematics 1. Okay, so our second lesson for today is determine the value of the number in index form, a to the power of n. Okay, when it said value, means you must have calculator. Okay, because you want to know the value. Okay, I hope you are ready with your calculator. Okay, get ready with your calculator. So we look at example 5 for A. 5 to the power of 4. How to get 6 to 5? Okay, so press 5 on your calculator, and then you press power symbol. It's like this, alright? And then you press 4, and then you press equals to. You will get 6 to 5. Okay, I hope you are doing now with your calculator. Okay. Alright, so B, negative 7 to the power of 3. Remember, when it involves negative number, you must put a bracket. Okay, so press bracket, negative, and then 7, and then press close bracket on your calculator, press power, and press 3. So you press equals to, you will get negative 3 for 3. Okay, make sure you put bracket. Okay, let's do this. Okay, 2 to the power of 2. Okay, what's the answer in your calculator? 2 to the power of 2. Yes, the answer is 4. What about this? Negative 2 to the power of 2. You will get negative 4. What about this one? Bracket negative 2, close bracket, power 2. What do you get? Yes, you will get 4. So can you see the difference when you put bracket and without bracket? Right, so this is wrong. The answer here is right. So make sure when it involves negative number, you must put bracket. Okay, let's look at the reminder. Okay, Negative or fractional base must be placed within brackets when using a calculator to calculate values of given numbers. Okay, so negative and fractional base. For C, it involves fractional number. Alright, so how to do? Okay, make sure you put a bracket first. Okay, 2/3 you use the ABC. Okay, as the fraction. So you press 2, press ABC, 3, close bracket, power 4, and then you press equals to, you will get this one, 16/81. Okay, right? So let's look at D. Okay, for D, it's a mixed number, mixed fraction. Okay, so 1, 3/5. So same like the previous one, when it involves fraction, you must put bracket and use the ABC. Yeah? So open bracket, you press 1, ABC, 3, ABC, 5, and close the bracket. Press the power and number 2. So press equals to, your answer is 64/25. I hope you are getting the right answer. Okay. E, negative 0.5, so you put bracket, you put negative, you put 0.5, close bracket, and then power 6. So your answer would be 0.015625. Okay, I hope you all get the same answer with me. So this is your second exercise for today, the last one. Okay, page 6 in your textbook. So please do mind test 1.1c, number 1. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Okay, it's easy. Just press your calculator. So please do in your mathematics 1. Alright, so after finish, please snap your exercise and send personal to me. Okay. Okay, our lesson end here. So I hope you all understand our lesson today. And don't forget to do your exercise. You can ask me anytime if you don't understand. Alright, so see you next week. Bye. Take care.